Okay, so if you know me, I'm making a lifestyle change. No alcohol since February 14th, and I went keto when I dropped all this weight. Here's one of my tricks, one of my go-tos on my keto. My Coke Zero. Zero carbs in the Coke Zero, and as you can see, I don't even drink a whole can of this. If I need energy in the morning, Bang Energy. Zero carbs and Bang Energy. If I need energy in the morning, throughout the day, Gatorade Zero, less than 1 gram of carb in a Gatorade Zero. Normally I drink spring water because spring water does have the minerals in it. Another thing I do is I buy whatever cheap roast I can find. Beef roast, pork roast, a big roast because you get better price. And I slice them down into steaks and separate them in baggies. So I have that. And if I get munchies, I mean almonds, they have, what was it, 5 grams of carbs in an ounce. So I just take like 5 almonds and I'll have like 5 almonds. But baby spinach and a little bit of tomatoes. And then I put my steak on top of it or my shrimp on top of it. And it does fill you up. Also, I was turned on to the protein bowls at Subways. The protein bowls, I mean, you have that big foot long, that's all carbs and all that bread. So I was turned on to protein bowls. So in the morning time, when I open up my Ziploc bags, I got 4 steaks normally in there, either beef or pork, and I'll make them both, but I have 2 steaks with 2 or 3 eggs in the morning time. No bread. I use the meat to get all the juices from the eggs, and then you can have a protein bowl or something for lunch. And then for dinner time, I make with baby spinach and tomatoes, and I put steak or I put chicken on that or whatever. And with an air fryer, and a lot of times I just do a stovetop in the pan. And if you can, get on the exercise bike, do a walk in our house. I could do a figure 8 walk around our house or whatever. And you just start moving, start burning, because one thing, you're going to cut the carbs down, right? So you're going to start having the sugars build up as fat in you. But if you could burn some of those off as you are. Now, I don't check my sugars or nothing like that for ketosis. I know I'm in ketosis because I keep it down. My thing is I try to stay under 50 grams of carbs, not sugars, 50 grams of carbs a day. But if I do go over, I'm okay with it because I'm able to get my walks in to burn some of those sugars. Now, when you're in ketosis, you actually, after you're not consuming enough sugars for your body to burn on, from the sugars you ate from the day, what it's going to do is you're going to burn some of those sugars, some of those carbs when you're working out through the day, but then it's going to store the rest of them for the future, just in case I need them later, just in case I need them later. Well, when you're consuming more carbohydrates than you're burning, it's storing them like this, okay? So once you start cutting your carbs down to 50 grams, I do 50 grams or less. Research and find out what's better for you. Because if I have some nuts or I have a little bit of fruits, I know there's sugars and carbs in that, but I don't count that because that metabolates faster. I'm not saying eat the whole bag of nuts, or I'm not saying eat the whole fruits or whatever, but I have some here and there to snack on, but I know that I'm going to burn those off. So after you exhaust your intake for the day, that you intake these carbohydrates and there's no more carbohydrates to burn as fuel, you start burning the fat. That's what starts burning the fat. You start burning the fat off you as your fuel, and you'll notice that it starts shredding. But here's the thing, when you're burning the fat off and you're in what's called ketosis, do some research. This is just how I'm doing it. I'm not telling you to do this, but I'm saying this is how I do it. If you go out for a meal and you have a big, I'm Mexican. If you have a big Mexican dinner with the beans, the rice, the tortillas and all that, you're going to throw yourself out of ketosis. So, and it's going to store some of that. Since there's nothing stored in there, it's going to store it. And then you're going to have to put your body back into ketosis again by getting strict again. So every now and then I don't overly do it. Like we just went out for sushi. I had 2 tuna California rolls and I had a beef fried rice. I didn't even finish the beef fried rice. But then the next day I did an extra 10 minutes, using the exercise bike or whatever to try to get your body back into a ketosis state. But after that, then you maintain your ketosis state. And I also found the keto pizza, but you could only eat half the pizza. But I knew that half of the keto pizza was not going to be enough for me. So I fried up some beef steaks that I had. I cut them up in little pieces. I fried up the beef steaks, and then I put on the pizza, and then I ate the pizza like that. And that was fine. It filled me up, and I only had 9 grams of sugar for my 50 grams of carbs a day. So either way, this is just what I'm doing, but this is one of my good cheat codes for ketosis because there's 0 grams of carbs in the Coke. Pepsi has it, 7-Up has it. For my energy drinks, I use my Bang Energies. For if I don't need an energy boost, I just need some hydration. I have my Gatorade Zeros, and I drink my spring water, but I got my zero water pitcher, so I'll use my zero water pitcher mostly. But my spring water, I drink spring water because when you strip all the nutrients, like zero water will strip all the nutrients out of water. Your tap water puts a little bit of chemicals in the water. So I use the zero water to get the chemicals out of it. But when you're drinking water, water naturally absorbs nutrients. So I just feel in my mind that when I'm drinking a stripped down water, it's absorbing some of my nutrients because it's what it naturally does. So I'll have one spring water every day just so my body gets to absorb some of those minerals from a natural spring water, all right? This is just a little bit on my ketosis, on my keto journey. I plan on to when I hit my target weight, then I'm going to either go pescatarian or vegetarian. But right now, I've mastered keto. I mean, avocado every day. I have an avocado every day. That's a good fat. So I've mastered keto. I no longer have the cravings. If I'm going out for breakfast, I have an omelet with no potatoes, no toast, no potatoes, no nothing. If you're going to have that omelet, and you want a piece of toast and you're craving something, have one slice of wheat toast, and that's, I think, like 15 grams of carbs. Also, you have your phones. You got Google, you got Alexa, you got Siri. Ask them how many carbs are in this, how many carbs are in this, how many carbs are in this, and then you can start counting your carbs that way. But if you need weight loss, I mean, I went keto before and I lost 13 pounds, and I really needed a lifestyle change. I mean, I would admit I've been a functioning alcoholic. So I completely cut out alcohol and I completely cut out sugars. So here I am talking to you about keto and about the hardest thing with the keto is cutting out the alcohol. I'm having a problem, a fight with that. But either way, there's a little bit more in my life than you needed to know about. Talk to you later. Please subscribe, like, and share.